Hey, Cardinal Nation. I hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank Kalen for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys today. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, um, but duty calls. But a little bit about myself. My name's Justin. I'm Kalen's dad, and I work in Indianapolis. I'm a state trooper. I've been a state trooper for 18 years now, and spent my whole career working in Indianapolis. I work day shift, which is 6 to 2:30, and and I work the east side of Marion County, so it's a real busy area. Typically, during my shift, we're pretty busy during the mornings during rush hour, dealing with morning rush hour crashes, and then it kind of slows up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and that's when I kind of have an opportunity to kind of be more proactive. Um, but Kaylin wanted me to talk just a little bit about just violence in general, and how it's increased. Um, so for me personally, I have a little bit different vantage point on it because I work primarily on the interstates, on the highways. So I'm not necessarily in the city a lot. Work in Marion County with all the interstate systems that run through the county: 465, 65, 70, 74, 69. Primarily, I'm on the interstate most of the time, but I have had a couple encounters here recently. Um, One that comes to mind is we had a homicide just this year on I-70, pretty close to our state police post. It was just a couple miles away from our post. You've probably seen them on the interstate where there's those crossovers where you can drive across from one side of the interstate to the other. Those emergency crossovers. We found a lady there that had been a victim of a homicide, a gunshot wound to the head. So that was very difficult because you don't see a lot of those type of violent crimes on the interstate. So I have noticed a lot of the crime from the city that has kind of bled onto the highway. Um, Road rage incidents with involving firearms, interstate shootings have increased. I think just in the Indianapolis area, our detectives have worked close to 80 road rage shootings just within the past year, and some of those have actually led to persons shot, and we have had a few homicides too, where people have been killed by these road rage shootings. So I've seen just a big increase just in my career in gun violence, and there's more guns in the hands of people now today than ever before, and it's just so easy to get a hold of a firearm. Our laws are easier to possess them. July 1st of this year, Indiana went to constitutional carry, so you no longer need a permit to carry a firearm. So so there's just more firearms out there in people's hands on the streets that we're dealing with, and a lot of these folks just aren't trained. They don't know, how to carry them, how to use them. They don't know firearm safety. They haven't been to classes, and they're out there. They're carrying these firearms, and we're dealing with them on a regular basis. Another kind of a violent incident that I responded to that that was kind of dealt with the school aspect of it, because I think that was one of the topics: violence in our communities, but also in schools. The increase in violence is in 2018. I responded to the um, Noblesville West Middle School shooting, and I heard the call come out on radio. I was working that morning, and of course I was working in Indianapolis, and I heard the call come out, and I could not get there fast enough. My Dodge Charger couldn't get there fast enough. So I responded from Indianapolis all the way up to Noblesville. And of course, by the time I got there, kind of my role, the scene had already been secured. The suspect had been neutralized. He'd been apprehended. So by the time I got there, my role was kind of assisting in what we call like the safe zone. So we had a kind of a safe zone, a reunite zone set up where we was reuniting family members back with their children. So that was obviously very difficult difficult scene. Thankfully, nobody was killed. There was a teacher and a student that was shot, but there was nobody that was killed out of that incident. So we were very thankful. Any last words? I would just encourage you all to just be safe, to take care of one another, be aware of your surroundings, and I wish you all the best. So y'all have a great rest of the year. Dream big. There's nothing you can't do. Don't let anything stop you. And God bless you all. Take care.